I used to believe that betrayal was loud. I imagined it as shouting in the middle of the night, doors slamming, tears rolling, and accusations echoing across empty rooms. But I was wrong. Betrayal is usually quiet. It sits next to you on the couch. It eats the dinner you prepared. It asks you how your day was, even when it no longer cares about the answer. That's what makes it the most painful. Because when something breaks loudly, you can point to the moment it happened. But when something breaks slowly, you don't even realize you're losing it until it's already gone. For almost 5 years, my life followed the same routine. I woke up at 6 in the morning, made coffee, checked emails. Then I'd walk past our bedroom door and see my wife sleeping peacefully, her face turned slightly toward the window, sunlight resting on her cheek. At that time, I still thought that meant something. I still believed in the version of us I had in my head. The loving couple, the supportive partners, the people who would grow old together. But reality had already started replacing that fantasy. I just didn't notice it at first. She stopped asking me about my day, not suddenly, not dramatically, just gradually. It became one-word answers. Fine, busy, tired. Our conversations turned into surface-level exchanges about bills, groceries, and weekend plans that never really happened. She started working longer hours, coming home later, stepping outside to take calls. And whenever I tried to sit beside her on the couch, she'd move slightly away. Not enough to notice, but enough to feel. That small distance. It hurt more than 1,000 insults ever could. So I did what many people do. I blamed myself. Maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I had changed. Maybe love was slowly fading because of me. So I tried to be better. I cooked dinner more often. I cleaned the house. I planned small trips that she always said she was too tired for. I gave and gave and gave, and she kept taking, not love, not affection, but space. More silence, more secrets. Then the patterns appeared. She placed her phone face down every time she entered the room. She changed her passcode more frequently. She began smiling at messages she refused to explain. I asked once, gently, "Is everything okay?" She replied, "Of course. Why wouldn't it be?" But she didn't look me in the eyes when she said it. That night, as she slept next to me, I stared up at the ceiling and felt the truth forming in my chest like a storm. She wasn't in love with me anymore, and maybe she hadn't been for a long time. A few days later, something happened that changed everything. She had left her phone on the kitchen counter. It lit up with a notification. I didn't pick it up. I didn't open anything. I only saw the preview, a name I didn't recognize. A simple message that said, "Did you get home safely?" No hearts, no emojis, no romantic words. And yet, that one sentence told me everything. Someone else cared about her safety. And it clearly wasn't just friendly. That's the moment my heart didn't break. Instead, it went numb. And there is something terrifyingly powerful about numbness. Because when you stop feeling, you start thinking clearly. From that moment forward, I didn't spy on her. I didn't invade her privacy. I didn't follow her. I observed. I paid attention to dates, to times, to financial patterns, to behavior. And while she thought I was ignorant, I was preparing. I contacted a lawyer, quietly. I didn't ask how to destroy her. I asked how to protect myself. He told me to stay calm, be respectful, gather evidence, keep records, avoid emotional outbursts, let the law do its job. So that's what I did. At the same time, something else happened. I started working on myself. Not for her, for me. I returned to the gym in the early mornings. I started learning new job skills online. I launched a small digital business late at night when the apartment felt the most empty. While her world quietly drifted away from me, I built a new one for myself. Slowly, patiently. silently. 3 months later, she sat across from me in the dining room, her hands folded together, her eyes tired. "I think we need to talk," she said. I nodded. "I think we do," I replied. She expected anger, tears, accusations. Instead, I placed a folder on the table. Inside it were timelines, financial information, legal documents, everything done cleanly, professionally, respectfully. "I know," I said calmly, "and I've known for a while." Her eyes widened. "You went through my phone?" she asked. "No," I replied. "I went through reality." There was no shouting, no name-calling, no drama, just truth, sitting between us. And for the first time in a long time, I saw something real in her face, regret. Weeks later, it was over, legally, formally, silently. People around us gossiped, of course. They always do. Some said Some said I was heartless. Some said she was cruel. Some chose sides they didn't understand. But none of it mattered, because something incredible began to happen. I started to feel lighter. No more waiting for someone to come home. No more wondering who was on the other end of a message. No more trying to fix something broken by someone else. Just peace. 1 year later, I stood in front of a glass building downtown. My name and title were printed on a silver plaque beside the entrance. Founder, Director, a title that had nothing to do with her. A success that came from my lowest moment. As I looked at my reflection in the glass, I barely recognized the man staring back at me. He looked older, stronger, calmer. He looked like someone who had survived betrayal and transformed it into purpose. That's when I finally understood something. She didn't beat me. She didn't win. She didn't destroy me. She simply forced me to become a version of myself that could never be betrayed again. And the truth is, the most powerful revenge is not hurting someone that hurt you. It's becoming someone they can never reach again.